everybody, welcome back to Northernlion play Slay the Spire. I'm happy today, as Kurt Cobain said, because today I found my friends. They're in my head. Actually, this time they're on the screen. It's the Silent, the only character that I have any chance of beating the fourth boss with, apparently. Let's take a look here. Max HP plus 14. Without a shop early doesn't interest me for the curse penalty. Upgraded card, we'd probably use it on neutralize right away, is good. And we don't get to upgrade much on the first floor, so this is an option. But you know, like, it's all just smoke and mirrors and window dressing. I'm getting you on the cliffhanger. You know I'm taking a common relic. I mean, I think it's just, I'd rather have a common relic than an upgraded neutralize. 2 free opportunities to upgrade cards, maybe, while also avoiding the curses. Oh my god. I touched my 360 controller, and now the game, it seems to think No! Let me, with the mouse, thank you. Oh my god. Okay, so there's our first elite fight that we want to do. That was almost devastating, dude. I don't want to use my controller for this game. I have enough disadvantages. Have you seen me? I can't even sometimes click on the right card using the mouse. I don't want to invite that sort of evil into my life. Alright, first card, very important. I don't want to just build the same deck every time, but you have to admit, definitely block is insanely valuable for the fourth boss, if not the entire game leading up to it. So I think this is, sometimes you go a whole run, you don't even get blur. So I think we absolutely take blur, and we're extremely happy to see it. Tell you straight up, without the ability to heal, I don't mind just avoiding 1 damage there, even though it is going to give this guy a chance to maybe get a little bit stronger. We'll get to roll over 5 block there. I'm hopeful we got things tilted in our favor enough. Doesn't really matter what we play, because a strike still wouldn't have busted through his block. Alright, this is the turn. We'd like to hit you for more than that, or at least play like a survivor into blur, but life goes on. You're doing 17 damage, oh my word. We'll roll over 3 block. Might be able to kill you this turn. Dude, okay. The defense opens up those offensive opportunities. Let's take a look. Heel hook, flying knee, or setup. I tend to actually like flying knee, but sometimes I take it and people go, why did you take that crappy card? I'll admit, it's no charge battery, but you know what? I think I am going to take it nonetheless. I like taking an attack early. Oh, thank God. Oh, dude. That's a huge enabler for a poison deck if we choose to build into that. And I think we still have every, available opportunity to do so. Still very early on. But if the cards don't show up, obviously, like, you don't need me to tell you this, I'm sure, but we probably should not commit to trying to make it happen. 9 block. Alright, there's not much we can do about that. Dude, we're so close. Oh well, we take 0 damage because of blur, you genius! Then on this turn, we take 0, but this got a little tight, to be fair. Love the neutralize kills. Rarely will there be a time, I think, early on here I don't like I don't like bullet time. Because my thinking is, we have about a 50% chance to draw blur turn 1. If we play bullet time, we're going to be able to play all of our cards, which with blur might give us enough block for another turn. So, all we need is bullet time and blur on the same turn, and we wouldn't be too displeased about the way that goes. I will pull a basic strike. I recognize it's HP loss, which is a little bit risky early on here, but, let's see how it goes. You have metallicize. Well, I'll tell you straight off the bat, I didn't expect it necessarily to work out like this. 25 block means we're taking no damage next turn. Good opportunity for us to sneak in with some attacks there. You know what? I do worry this fight's going to be a little touchy, so I'm happy to pop the regen potion. I'm not going to play these. This guy's going to live for quite some time. He basically absorbs an attack per turn, which is real bad news. This is, in my opinion, yeah, a pretty acceptable time for a gambler's brew. just to get out ahead of this slightly, and I'm going to continue to not play the defend. The metallicize, it's unreal how much of an advantage that gives this guy right now. He's going to have 21 HP. Theoretically could kill him, but obviously probably won't. Next turn we need to do 13. We very, very nearly died, but... well, it's not over yet. Simultaneously, I think, like, we couldn't really have done better. I don't know if we have any gross misplays here. We actually got lucky to even kill him on that turn. Things were getting a little spotty. Ice cream. It's good. I will definitely take a well-laid plans. And then there's no choice. We obviously have to rest, I think. And blue candle or sapphire key. Blue candle can be really, really, really good. But we don't need it immediately. And we have Omamori. The real value of blue candle is, I think, allowing it to... we could take aggressive options that give us curses, but also another advantage, and then just play the curses for 1 HP. And if we get something like Dead Branch, you know, it cycles a card as well, but I think we can afford not to take it. 20 damage turn 1, huh? Well, we'll do something like that then. Being able to store a card is nice. Obviously, well-laid plans is one of those really early upgrade targets. You might be saying, NL, why aren't you going for this guy? He's going to steal your gold. That's a very easy answer. There's no way I'm going to be able to kill this guy in a reasonable time frame. He will take our gold, and, you know, there's not a whole heck of a lot we can do about it. Ice cream plus bullet time is doing some decent work. You know, we got 23 block, 7 energy next turn. We could probably afford to take a skewer now, given the opportunity. And I mean, Dash, I actually don't really like it as a card, but there's no denying that we will have the energy required to use it a lot of the time. I'm gonna try something a little wonky, and I hope you'll allow me to do so here. Free of derision, at least until it's clear that things are going to go right or wrong. I'll finish my train of thought. I figure with ice cream, well-laid plans, a couple of flying these could really start to push our energy economy to a sustainable point where we can have like 4 energy per turn without even requiring an energy relic. We'd want one regardless, but... so I'll level with you. Of course, I love the idea of Lee's Waffle, but I really feel like the way that you win as the silent consistently is... Caltrops and then passive Caltrops. I'm in love with the fact that that showed up, to be honest. And then here, admittedly, I know that we have the poison relic, but I kind of think you just say no to it for now. Well-laid plans. Okay, we are going to play Survivor, and we are going to play Defend, and we're going to play Defend, and then we're going to keep Caltrops. No doubt. So I know I said I don't want to build exactly the same archetype, and now I'm, well, perhaps building exactly the same archetype. But in my defense, it's a good archetype. As archetypes go, is one of the better archetypes. So I'm going to just store one of these. My idea is I want to hit him harder next turn. And we're storing energy yet again. Are we going to play... We're not going to play more than 3 energy. We're going to play exactly 3. So we might as well save bullet time in this context. I think we have a good deck. I think we have a really good deck. And this, I didn't even think about it. Bullet time does a great job of letting us get our slimes out of our deck. The principal problem, as I see it with this deck right now, is that... Let's just dump them. We have so much energy. Is that we have no upgraded cards. And that stinks pretty badly. But simultaneously, we also have all 3 of our early advantages. So, or all 3 of our level 4 requirements, I guess I should say. I will take another blur. Maybe unnecessary. I'm gonna rest. I wish I believed that we could afford the upgrade. But this is okay. Store a strike, because next turn he doesn't do anything spectacular. We really just want to bullet time those slimes, given the choice. Are we going to bullet time? Yes, absolutely. Gives us a nice bit of block for next turn. So yeah, I'm a believer in this deck. There's zero question about that in my mind right now. I knew we were getting Caltrops. For 4 energy, what are we not going to play? Caltrops? We'll just save it for next turn. We get up to 33. Oh, we're taking 2 damage on his big turn. Oh, no. Straight up. Basically, it might not look like it, but we break even on that turn. He goop sprays us right after we get rid of his previous 3 nonsenses. We might as well play Blur and then store a defend. It's an extra 5 block next turn. I mean, as you can see, we're not really doing a fantastic job of, you know, getting out in front of this guy. We're not doing a ton of damage. I can't even split him, honestly. But we don't need the pop intangibility this turn. I think he'll just choose to take 8 damage. He's going to be at 71, which is absolutely ideal. This is a good bullet time. And it's ideal because we can do as much damage to him as possible. And these guys are in a lot of trouble. Admittedly, it might seem like this boss fight's not going so hot right now. I would actually disagree. I think it's going real well. This is probably the toughest boss fight we could have right here because other enemies do multiple hits. So if you imagine, you know, the Hexaghost hitting us for 6, he's going to get hit for 36 himself in the meantime. That's a good situation for us. We're going to play these 5 cards. Probably, obviously. And we're going to go pretty hard here. I didn't even think about it. You're going to split. That's even better. We're taking no damage. Yeah, this is just fine. And you can, definitely I think, play it forward. I hate the frailty, but we're going to be frail forever, so. I think you can play it forward for yourself, and you can realize, like, you know, once we get these cards upgraded, there's a real good chance that this run ends up getting somewhere we'd like it to be. Now, you cannot be killed, so instead, I'm going to... I mean, we're not at any risk right here. I could get you killed with that, so let's do that. And then, honestly, we should probably focus on the tiny slime. That's the first hit we've taken in a while. And dude, our deck is flush with slimes. That's no good. But we're totally set. We could probably kill this guy just with blocks. 22. Do I want to split him? I don't have a really rich turn. Do we have Blur? No. I don't really have a rich turn as far as attacks that are guaranteed goes, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to handle it like so. I probably should have kept the defend. There's really no discernible reason whatsoever why you would not keep a defend, but I think we've got no archetype whatsoever, except maybe you could describe this as a Thorns build or something, but either way, what we do have is just a whole suite of good cards, the way I see it at least. And I played a little sloppy on that fight. Let's try not to let that become the pattern, even though things were going just fine there. Now, of course, Wraith Form has a certain something going on. Really, it plays well with Blur. You know, you would use something like Wraith Form, and then, you know, you get hit for 1 instead of 50, but you get 50 block because you played an After Image or something like that, and 18 shivs. And then, it's getting a little bit into fictional territory, but anyway, I'm just describing that because I actually think that Blur is our best play. Yeah, we'll take Ring of the Serpent. Lizard Tail is good. I actually think that this relic got a lot better once the 4th boss was introduced, because that guy, I mean, he just does... He grinds you. So you're not necessarily likely to die, but more likely. Snecko Eye, I love this card, and, you know, getting it early is... you can build around it, but... Or I love this relic, I should say. Getting it early, you can build around it. But Ring of the Serpent is insanely great. At 1 draw per turn, passively. Except the first turn, where you have 1 less draw, but... Okay, we're not gold rich. I do feel compelled to try this path, though. I could justify, I think, some elite fights. So I'm gonna hit ya. You're doing 20 damage. You know what? I think this is an okay turn. to use that potion. Interesting. I mean, Burst Survivor is probably your play here. But what do you're going to discard 2 cards to do it. What card do you not want to play? We'll play Survivor last. So it'll probably be Blur. You don't want to play Strike. Blur, Caltrops, Burst Survivor, I think is how you do it. Blur, Caltrops, Burst Survivor. We take no damage. We're doing 6 damage by having played the Caltrops, which is very nice. Now, you get neutralized, no question. I'm gonna err on the side of, okay, we take 1 damage, but hopefully as a result we can at least kill one of you. We're probably not gonna kill both, realistically. And we certainly do not need Blur. We'll hold it, I guess, but there's no way we're gonna kill you unless I can somehow force you to attack me. But hey, we lose 1 health. We probably lose I don't know how much gold in the end. We were at like 150, I think, something like that. Alright, we lost a little bit of gold, but that's okay. Draw 4, discard 1. So what I like about the idea of an acrobatics here, for 1, it's pre-upgraded. For 2, I mean, I guess it could discard garbage. But the idea is you could bullet time that into some good stuff. So I'm going to say that, and I don't take this card very often, I think that that's the right choice there. Here, we can't afford much. Flash of Steel is just really good. I do want to remove a card. Our deck's getting a little fat, but I think that happens all the time as the silent. Absolutely not. I think you end up getting a fat deck quite frequently, and this is not even me trying to make a pun. We're past pun territory in Slay the Spire. I'm just running the numbers in my head. I think we just want to defend. So like Burst, Blur, Defend means we take no damage. And they're going to take 15 each. Why would you bother doing... We need draw here, unfortunately. Why would you bother doing a... We can't afford to play bullet time. Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. If we can make 1 do 0 damage, hey, you just do it like that. Then you would store bullet time if you had thought to play it. Anyway, this fight still went really well. It just... I kind of, sort of handled it like an idiot to start with. Anytime these guys kill themselves in 2 turns, you're probably feeling good. Alright, I mean, Terror is really good, but we don't have that many attacks. I think this is one of the few times you might be like, it's kind of a dead card. I am going to take an upgraded Flying Knee, and I'll admit, this is, again, I can't stress enough, it's a fatter situation than I'd like it to be. What do we not need turn 1? Probably we'd be like, you know what? Hey, idiot! I'm talking to myself here, just to be clear. Moron man. Why do you keep spending 1 energy and then drawing a card that does... It requires 3 energy to function. So this fight is not gonna go well, I think. We have revealed ourselves as the French say, les incompetents. Oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I actually woke up like 2.5 hours ago. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna blur Survivor. And we're just gonna dump a strike. I'm gonna hit you with a Flying Knee. I figure you're probably gonna murder yourself just by Caltrop. So I want to make sure we're bursting defense, I think. So we're gonna neutralize you, no question. You're gonna do 8 damage, but then you're gonna do 12, I think, once we roll you over. So we're gonna hit you with a weak attack. You're gonna do 12. We're definitely gonna burst defend. And I think I'm happy. Well, it's gonna sound ridiculous, maybe. I'm happy playing a defend, even though it's an over defend. And then we get to keep Flying Knee regardless, and he's taking a bunch of damage, so I don't mind. Alright, again, until you get 4 energy, or at least 4 energy on the turn in which you're using it, you can't do acrobatics bullet time, so don't be an idiot. It's actually extremely my own idiocy on display here. We're taking no damage. I'm not even going to strike you. Having played a Flying Knee, we'll hold Acrobatics and hope to get Bullet Time. 12 damage. We'll try. Okay. You know, I think we'll just store Acrobatics. Maybe that's our play. Unless we need to play... Why would we need to play it? That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna Flying Knee just for energy. Although I guess that's... Well, it's not useless because we weren't gonna keep it anyway. We're keeping Acrobatics to try to get a Wombo combo on Bullet Time. It's not really the most exciting way to play the game, but the idea here is, okay, finally, would you look at that? We're gonna dump a basic defend because we ought to kill you here. Maybe it works, I don't know. So we could have, you know, we haven't had many opportunities to go into poison, so seeing the catalyst is a little annoying, but not that bad. Piercing Wail, it can be really good. Who's our boss? Not that relevant for this. I think we're happy with where we're at, and moreover, I'm kind of like just trying not to play or add that many cards to our deck. So we want a Caltrops for sure. Flash of Steel. Should have Flash of Steel first just to see maybe we could have drawn Bullet Time, but we didn't. And I'd hesitate to say that's good, but it's not that bad. We know we're going to take some damage here, but I chose willingly to go a little bit harder on these elite fights than I normally do. Really, to be honest with you, because I believe in the deck. We're going to burst Blur. It's our best way of getting some block going here. And, I mean, our strikes are pretty bad. I think I'm just going to hit you with another Blur to maximize our survivability. Obviously, we're probably going to want to rest. We have 4 energies, so this is the dream. And we will discard a basic strike, I think, this time. Bullet Time. Obviously a well-laid plan. You have to go. You're going to be next. You like to hit the point in which you're taking no damage. That has not happened yet. So I'm obviously looking at this now and I'm going, some things are not working out too nicely with this deck. And how are we going to get around that? I think a Dex upgrade, like, I mean, obviously, like, oddly smooth stone would be worth something. We're just going to do it like this. But more accurately, like an upgraded Footworks, I think would add a lot to this. I don't know, well, let's run the numbers. Okay, he's dead. I don't know how valuable, like, I mean, Bird-Faced Urn, we only play 1 power, but, I mean, at least it is HP. I love Malaise. I love Backflip as well. I think we have to go with Malaise, though. We could have, like, some really big turns with this. And we have to rest. But what I was going to say is an upgraded Footwork would be nice for us. I think even just getting a little bit of Dex could tilt things in our favor to a large degree. But the regen potion here, I'm hoping against hope it does enough to start to pull us into a good spot. You know, we actually play 2 powers per combat. So I'm just really doing an audit of, like, Bird-Faced Urn, which I think is surprisingly good. So here's the way I see this one. We run a decent chance. No, we don't. We've already played Bullet Time. Disregard. We're going to dump, probably, it doesn't matter. We'll store Acrobatics, I think. And we're going to sincerely weaken you with, negative, or 4 turns of weakness and lower strength. Not much lower, but 4 turns of weakness. I don't think we're going to kill you by then, but we should get reasonably close. Okay. This turn. Pay it forward. Heal and potion, obviously. Next turn we start to have the Wombo combo potential with Acrobatics, Bullet Time. I don't know, it's not the strongest Wombo combo I've ever seen. Oh my god, it worked. I don't think we burst Acrobatics. Our hand is going to be too full. So let's just store Burst, maybe play it next time, if we want to. We're not going to play maybe a basic strike. And we're not going to store burst, by the way. We're going to burst, blur. Then we're going to play our whole hand. And that should protect us for quite some time. I hope. Now, the sad reality of this run... And we're going to pay it forward yet again. The sad reality of this run is that we really need them to attack us for us to kill them. Dude, the blurs are hilarious. Thank you so much. If we can play one blur per turn, we have very few problems happening right now. But we're not getting any stronger. The truth is, it may not actually matter too much. You know, we definitely should have played those. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter much, at least. I played Burst literally for no reason, but we still got him. And this is, again, you'll forgive me, we've gone through fits and spurts here. Times where I've loved this deck and times where I've hated it. I loved it there. Noxious is... I mean, it's upgraded by default. Can you put a one-off Noxious in this deck just to put enemies on a quick timer? I definitely think for 1 energy. I mean, keeping in mind it also heals you for 2. It's got a little something going on. I'm definitely going to take left path here. Prayer Wheel, our deck's already kind of fat. I don't think we want to add too much more, but... So, Flying Knee. I love playing a Flying Knee just to pay it forward, as mentioned just myriad times. This strikes me as a decent opportunity to use the Explosion Potion. So, we will Acrobatics here. This is what we've wanted this whole time. We're going to dump a Defend because we don't have a Blur. And we should be pretty good regardless. We'll have to burst our existing Defend, I think. Whoop. Okay, so Burst. Defend. Great. Well-laid plans. Caltrops. Noxious. Good heals. Hit him. Hit him. They're all going to take 6 damage off of me. I'm going to take 6 damage off of them. Consider that half decent. Now, throw one of these bad boys in here. You need to get hit for 9 damage. Okay, so we only need to block for 18. We cannot do it. I'm still going to block for as much as possible. We should probably... I think this guy might be in strikeable range next turn, but it'll have to be pretty good. I'm hopeful that the back half of this floor allows us to deepen our deck. You know, take the cards we already have and upgrade them, more or less. So we want to play Burst Survivor last. I'm okay, I think, with a Flying Knee, Burst. Okay, we're actually going to Strike and then Survivor now, because I screwed... You don't have the energy for it. You are... Sometimes I'm actually, like, in awe of my own idiocy. We are going to take 24 damage for no reason. Forgive me this brain fart. Please. None of that strikes me as super useful. And same there, actually. For 75 gold, I will remove a card. I will pray and upgrade a card. I really feel like, I mean, there's a lot of choices. Burst is extremely great, as is well-laid plans. I'm going to start with Burst. I think it's a little bit more mission critical. I feel the need to rest there, and that basically pays for my one idiotic mistake, which is very sobering for me personally. And we'll... What are we drawing? We're so likely to draw Defends. I think you play your attacks when you got them, even though our attacks are not really what drives the meat of this run forward. Okay, well, this is just absurd in a good way. Don't really want to keep a 3 energy Defend, but, I mean, who knows, I guess. 22 damage! Thank God I actually saved the 3 energy Defend, because it ended up being 0. We take 2 damage, not a big deal at all. Certainly, Acrobatics for free is real solid. What are we not going to play? I mean, a 2 energy Flash of Steel is essentially unplayable. We have 9 energy, though. I'll tell you right off the bat, we are going to Flying Knee, because it's at market price. We're going to Flying Knee again. At least it pays energy forward next turn. We're going to need to play this. We're going to want to play this. And I think we're going to probably blur, defend, survivor. We take no damage. We even roll 6 block over. I'm not feeling too bad here. It's an acceptable bullet time. I mean, it's 1 energy to play it, so why wouldn't we, I guess? And we don't lose block this turn either. So we will burst, defend, defend. Slowly rebuilding from the ashes of my previous idiocy. It's me on the first day of every semester. We're not going to play a 3 energy basic. Very simple. Flying knee for 8. Flying knee. Good. Or at least decent. Dude! My only problem with Noxious ×2 is that you don't get double the value of Snecko's Skull. I understand they work in aggregate, but I mean, it is a power, so we get value out of that. We do run into trouble against the Awakened one, but we have Malaise to kind of counteract that. I think we can justify it for 1. And I do think a leg sweep is actually very important as well. And now we're just an idiot because we have a 25-card deck. It's a little much. You know what? I'm going to upgrade Caltrops. And I should have possibly rested here, but I really feel like with a deck this fat, we got to get some upgrades going ASAP. So, turn 1. I actually love it a great deal. Good heals. We're rolling over 10 block for the next turn. I mean, they're hitting us for more than I would like. We're not going to play Malaise until he loses all of his negatives. So they're doing 16 plus 4 to 32 damage. I'm going to try to draw into... No, we already played Bullet Time. I'd still rather start to punch through your artifacts, I think. 21. Straight up, I think we take a little damage in the process, but... I mean, they're going to take 8 damage just for hitting us. Oh, we don't take any damage. Even better. Okay, so... We'll Flash of Steel. Well-laid plans. Obviously, we want a Noxious out there. There's no way to not take damage. I'm going to let you hit me for 8 to get the energy cycle started for the next turn. We got 2 extra energy. These guys should start to melt pretty quickly. You took a burst, which is real bad. I would love to have that card. So you're starting to get hit by the poison. That's fantastic news. We'll weaken you as well. You're doing 14 damage. I don't really mind if you take something from me. Is it worth using an attack there? I do not know. But we're going to play... it's going to be a heavy block turn nonetheless. So the way I see it, why not just blur, blur, defend, defend, defend. We get to roll over a nice amount of block. This guy's going to give us our card back anyway. We could spend 1 or maybe even 0 next turn to do it. We can't use acrobatics here, so it's very simple. Bullet time. And then you're doing 8 damage, but you're going to die before it happens. Flying knee. Flying knee. You're also going to die this turn. We don't lose block this turn, so let's defend, defend. And I will strike. Wait, you have burst, but it's not going to be free. You know what? There's no reason to play or not play it. Because we're going to store acrobatics either way. Because we really want bullet time. Alright, you're doing 51 damage. Well, we can weaken you with the weakness potion, so there's something there. We could malaise you. I mean, this might be a great turn for it. Really a burst malaise. I'll still use the block potion. And we're storing this for bullet time. He's only 2 strength down, but I mean, he's not 2 strength down though, is the thing. Might as well play 1. He's many strength down. He's just 2 strength down relative to where he was, you know, after being buffed a few times. We are going to dump a strike because we can build unbelievable block here. It's kind of, as much as this looks like a redux of previous decks we've played, it's not really. It actually, like, maybe it's a little bit minor, to be fair. But the fact that we're rolling over that block. The fact that we're using acrobatics to try to get those, like, big money turns, it feels good. Like, I don't know. if you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I'll admit it seems like a little bit of a... Maybe it's not that exciting from your perspective. I disagree, though. Definitely did not need to play that, but it does keep his weakness going. Really, once we get in this position where we're, like, winning the arm wrestling match... God, that's so good. I kind of just become of the opinion, like, why mess with the formula that got us there in the first place? So if we can keep him weak... I mean, he's done regardless. This is your big turn. 36 damage. Hilarious. Drop bullet time, please. You didn't do it. Toxic. Whatever. He was dead regardless. Good fight. Now, I mean, it's not even a choice. We have to play After Image. It works really well with our deck. Maybe you can make a case for Wraith Form. And we want an Energy Relic. But I don't know, dude. I kind of refuse to take Runic Dome at this point in my life. I don't think White Beast Statue is very good. But I do think it matters. I think it could matter. And to be honest, if anybody out there is like, you should have taken Runic Dome, don't at me, okay? I'm sick of your ads. I've taken Runic Dome on, like, you know, probably half of my runs lately. It's a pain in the butt. It's not bad, necessarily, at least. I mean, we're definitely going to get hit for 8. It's not bad, it's just, You're flying by the seat of your pants to some extent. And I would like to say it's not just cowardice. We're going to keep bullet time so we can use it next turn. I mean, obviously there is a level of cowardice involved there, but it's not just cowardice. It also does give us a genuine disadvantage. We're not going to burst bullet time. We'll definitely burst blur. And then survivor. Yeah, this will work. So we'll burst blur. I love it. Flying knee. Can I kill you? No. You will not die. So we might as well start attacking you. And then burst survivor will work as well. We're actually not going to take damage this turn, which is very surprising. This guy's going to die. I must have assumed he had X HP when he didn't. We're not losing block this turn either. Do we play survivor? I'd actually rather just dump the dazes and hold survivor. We're rolling the block over regardless because we got 2 energy and the card's still in hand. Similarly, I mean, I see no functional difference here really. We're actually still doing fine. Don't do that. It might put him on enough of a clock to die next turn if we draw some blocks. Ooh, I mean, we did draw some blocks. No question there. That's helpful. 13, we can definitely smack you. Dude, that went A-okay in my world. I don't think we need any of these. We're going to be very... Dude, skewer will work. Absolutely. Still, that being said, we're going to be very careful about what we add to this deck. Because it's already too large. And Mind Blast, I know you're looking at that like, dude. I mean, it is... We can get it down to a 1 mana, 20 damage attack. 1 energy, sorry. But I don't think we want it. This is genuinely true. I could see Metamorphosis working, so I'll take it, but I really don't think that's how our deck works, is by putting a Mind Blast in there and then hoping for the best. I'm gonna try this. We're suffering right now. Because we're like, how are we going to get to enough block when this guy gains 3 strength per turn? And the answer just popped into our hand. We should be okay now. We haven't played Blur, so we don't need Survivor. Do we need Malaise, though? We're rolling 1 energy over next turn. I think we'd rather hold Survivor, honestly, than hold Malaise. I think we're going to kill this guy quickly enough that Malaise is not really the right play. Plus, he never attacks for more than one. I would love to make something free here. Cannot be done. So it's definitely like a bursted blur. Oh my god, it's a bursted blur. Don't say it, okay? And we bursted. We're not rolling over any energy. Are we going to draw bullet time? No. Not likely. Let's keep Skewer. It's a little bit more, it's easier to play. We have him under control, though. He's done. I at least have to say... We're going to keep leg sweep for sure. I at least have to say... This is one of the better runs we've had without having access to an energy relic. And I'm not going to say, like, to a large degree... necessarily that that's a result of flying knee, but I do think that trying to slowly replace these strikes with flying knees has kind of surrogated us, has given us the relic when we otherwise didn't think we would have access to it, the energy relic that is. So I will still take escape plan even though we got timekeeper. We do discard on occasion, but again, trying to keep it a little tighter here. I mean, we don't want to heal for one, so we will receive 2 madness. I can't believe, by the way, it's kind of staggering to me. We have not had the chance at all. Ugh. Okay, you can take a basic flying knee for me. We have not had that chance at all to use Omamori, except for just then. I want to make After Image innate. I think. Like, the fact that Omamori has been with us from the very beginning is hilarious. So I think that was okay steroid potion use. It got us set up. We got energy for this turn. I mean, we'll definitely bullet time. And then burst works on blur and survivor. The poison is not that valuable here, but it does heal us no matter what. So we're going to get hit for 6. It's not horrendous. I mean, what else can you do, right? I think Malaise is kind of the fool's gamble here. What do we not want to play? We're not gonna play Malaise or Skewer. But let's get rid of Malaise. In theory, we could get a lot of energy and then play Skewer and not run into too many problems. Right now, I'm trying to build block, though, and I think there's a good reason for it. Caltrops is kind of useless against this guy. Let's keep him weak for a while. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm gonna hit him for 6, and we're gonna store this. Oh, we haven't played Well 8 plans yet. Dude, this is actually kind of dangerous. It's more dangerous than it looks. This is, like, in particular right now, is a really bad turn. Well, I mean, this is technically better. Okay. Please, God. Oh, it worked. Okay. About to take 27 damage. We're about to draw 3 0-cost attacks, though, so there's something to that. So we'll definitely start there. Dude, I don't know. It's a little touchy. Literally the only thing I was going to say is don't get rid of unload. And what do? 24. I mean, we're certainly going to live. We are going to take another 11 damage here. It's kind of an embarrassing fight, to be honest, but at least we survived. I mean, I will take another well-laid plans. And I think none of those are really relevant. Ooh, it's going to be touchy just to survive for now. So an early after image is pretty solid. Then, escape plan. Free block. Love to see it. You're doing 18 damage, huh? We can get 12 block out of this, so we can get 11 block out of that. We definitely should be attacking you, by the way. Here's the thing. Blur's going to roll over. Actually, Blur Defend is literally going to roll over 1 block. So, I'd rather have the weakness for next turn, I think. This one's not looking long for this world right now, but I'm hoping it's just a couple of bad floors. We could definitely kill you. There will still be quite a lot of damage left on the field. I stand by it. If we're going to get through this, we're going to have to kill you. We're going to have to at least have the chance to kill you. Is it realistic? Probably not. I mean, it's not possible. So you're about to do 30 damage. We got 41 damage coming out on this turn. Oh my word. Actually, I will dump one of these, because then store 2 of these. We're going to live with like 6 HP. Yeah, I think we're done, actually. I don't like it any more than you do. I promise you that. We have the chance to fight back. I'm not just giving up on this one. I think maybe it's just taken us a little too long to get all of our powers out there. Madness can hit madness, so we might as well do that. And then I'm thinking, I mean, just hold, like, burst madness. And I think we'll burst blur. I know we could have hit it with madness, but I just want the block for now. And then we'll hit madness as well. Okay, so it makes 2 things free. That's great news. Throw in a cheap, or rather free acrobatics after that. Let's dump our days. And honestly, I'm just going to play blur again. I'm going to throw out an all-out attack as well. Even though we're only rolling over 4 block, we got him on a 1-turn timer. I mean, actually, he's dead. We have no powers. Okay. At least we survived this fight. I mean, it's looking like a little bit of a slog. Nah. Hey. I mean, internally, Blood Vial's a little bit of a help. I do appreciate it. Obviously, we're going to dodge this elite. I don't know, dude. Maybe Anchor will make a difference. I'm hoping that just somehow, some way, this ends up being a fight that for whatever reason is awesome against bosses. This one's weird, because I'm like, Burst Madness makes our whole hand playable. So I guess you would start there. You lose out on a little bit of block from the after image. And we are still, like, very close to death. Now we just hope to get a chance to play our 500 powers. You certainly do have to play leg sweep. I would love to not have to play a defend, but I think that we're at least happy that we're in a position where playing a defend gives us enough block. So, lucky us. Okay, only 13 damage this turn. It's not that bad. Madness is good because we'd like to play any of these cards anyway, but its Metamorphosis is a bit of a refund, which is nice as well. We do have well-laid plans. Are we? Yeah, I think we're okay keeping these 2. And kind of we're just letting the poison handle them at this point. Our block, it's not as block happy as I would have hoped, and this is predominantly where we're likely to die. What's the best way for us to get block? Really, we only play Blur, Survivor, Defend. Nothing else can help us. So the only other thing I can think of is, how do we kill these units with the least amount of energy use? You have you have 26 HP. I mean, he's the most likely to die is what I'm trying to get at. So, I'm thinking, can I skewer you for 2? Which will kill you. Will 1 kill you? 15 damage plus 7. But you got 5 block. I don't think 1 will kill you. So it's Blur, Survivor, and dump maybe a Strike. And then for 2 energy, crush this guy. And we're at 30 with 33 damage coming in. So I'm pretty sure we're going to die. But, you know, I genuinely gave this one my all. Maybe a little bit of a fat deck syndrome. That's not a nice thing to say, but I'll take your opinions honestly. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back with a defect. And with your boy having freshly learned that Claw still does affect all cards, or all other Claw cards. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Apologies for the loss. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps the radio. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. See ya!